All right, so welcome back to this week's weekly webinar. I'm Jason Yarusi of Yarusi Holdings. Today, we're going to talk about goal setting for your multifamily investments, right? So when you want to get out, strong, you're going to set these goals that you want to go out there and make happen. So how do you do that? Well, before we do that, if you like what you hear and you want to make sure you are alerted each and every week, we have a new webinar come up. Make sure you go down there today and hit that follow button. With that said, I'm Jason Yarusi of Yarusi Holdings. We're a multifamily investment firm here in Middle Tennessee. And I'm going to keep this simple. I'm going to keep this straight to the point today is that goal setting is very valuable, right? Because it sets the course on where you want to go. Where we get lost in our goal setting, not only in anything, but in multifamily investing and others, is we set lofty goals. Fantastic. We set these big goals, these audacious goals, things that we can and will accomplish, right? Because if we're meant to have it, it's there for us and it's all attainable. Where we fall short of our goals is we lose track of the tasks, of the actions to actually get there. If you want to buy your first 100-unit building, if you want to underwrite deals, right? What is the action that will get you there? What is the result that's going to get you there, right? Because you can set up where you want to go, but if you don't have the path leading you there, well, you're never going to find where you want to be. So you want to buy a 100-unit apartment building? How can we build that out, right? You want to have under contract a 100-unit apartment building. So if we can backdate that and backdrop that to all the steps to get there, well, at that point, we need to be making offers, right? So we need to have a property under contract, a contract that we're going to close. And before that, we need to be making offers, right? We need to be making letters of intent out there for properties that we want to purchase, right? Beyond that, we have to pull back to have deals that we're going to be underwriting. So we need to be underwriting a number of deals so we can get to the part to identify the property that's going to make sense for us to make an offer for which the offer can get accepted to get to the contract to close, right? So now we're underwriting. So from underwriting, we have to be proficient with our analysis, right? So we have to be doing analysis practice on properties to understand how can we underwrite deals, how can we learn to review deals, to analyze deals, to make sure that they are going to fit what we want to buy. Well, that turns us back. What do we want to buy? What kind of property are we looking for? So we said a 100-unit building, but that could be something that was built yesterday. That could be something that's under development. That could be something that was built 100 years ago. So what is our buy box, right? So if I said today, I'm buying 75 to 150 units, BC assets built between 1970 and 2005 in the south side of Louisville, right? That identifies what I'm looking for. So as I build that back here, those are the type of properties I'm looking for. So from there, I now have properties. I now know how to analyze. I now can go forward, make the analysis, find properties that are going to meet my criteria. Okay, let's build that back. What kind of returns am I looking for? Am I buying this building myself or am I buying this with others? So I'm bringing in investors, right? What would be competitive in the market out there? So what kind of goals could I set to understand what could be competitive out there? Okay, so you understand the return criteria you're trying to hit. Well, let's take this another step back here. How are we going to find these deals? Okay, I need to identify all the people in my target market. We'll use Louisville for reference. All the brokers that I can speak to identify they're in this target range of finding these investments, listing these investments. Well, how can I find that out? Well, I can sign up for all the brokers' houses, see who's listing these investments, see the offering packs going out, get their contact information and reach out to them. Okay, now from that point, beyond that, pull back. I need to be learning the terms. I need to be learning the lingo, right? I need to understand what is it, that part of the process here that I can now go out and feel comfortable going into that next stage to be able to ask the question to get that kind of offering. So you see, we've broken that down backwards, right? The goal and the result is that we are buying a 100-unit building. But to do that, we need to, of course, get a deal under contract for which an LOI had to be submitted, for which we had to underwrite a deal that met our buybacks. For before that, we had to be finding that deal. Before that, we had to be making connections to the target audience that's going to have access to those deals, right? Now, we left a couple of things out here. We need to know the terms. We need to find investors, right, in our network and be talking proficiently to educate them about being capital raisers in the deal. But if you break that out, those are things you can accomplish. So if your goal today is buying a 100-unit building and you're lost, well, what's the first thing you can do? What's the first step you need to take? Because that's the action, right? The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. That is you leading on your path to a 100-unit apartment building purchase, but it starts with that first step. All right, hope that helped some of you out there. Take action today. Let's do this. Let's crush your day. I'm Jason Yarusi of Yarusi Holdings, and that is your weekly webinar. Let's do this.